I'm Vince Ferragamo.
And I'm Jackie Slater.
We want to invite you to join us each and every week on our show, OnPoint live stream.
We're going to give you the inside scoop.
Don't miss it. Well, welcome back to OnPoint Live with Vince and Jackie. And Jackie, this is the first drive of the third quarter in this Rams-Packers game. The Packers went down the field, aided by a few penalties. The first one, they had sacked Aaron Rodgers, but they were called for defensive holding. And then in the end zone, Jalen Ramsey was called illegal contact. So they gave the Packers a chance to score. Now they're up 17-6. So, again, I think this is a big feather in their cap when you can do that first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's always. But it's also a feather in the Rams' cap to be this close, this late in the game against. We know that Aaron Rodgers has something going on with his thumb and something going on with his ribs, and he's out there toughing it out in this cold weather in particular. Right. So we didn't expect him to be at his very, very best. But still, we didn't expect the Rams. He's playing, and we didn't expect the Rams to be this close at this particular juncture in this game. So,
well, let's see how they do when they get the ball back with Baker Mayfield, because he's played pretty well so far in this game.
First drive in the third quarter doesn't have to be the initial drive of the third quarter.
No, they're going to have to respond.
Your first drive in the third quarter.
Well, they're going to have to respond now with a big drive.
So, Vince, let me ask you. This getting late in the season now, and one of the things that always comes up is, what kind of jobs are these coaches doing? We're looking at some pretty good coaching going on around. Some guys trying to save their jobs. Some guys are just thriving at where they've been because they're respected there, like in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And then some guys are just kind of popping up and surging. In your opinion, who are we going to be looking at as the NFL Coach of the Year?
Well, there's a lot of good candidates, Jackie, I think, but it's hard for me to pass over the kind of job that Dan Campbell has done with the Detroit Lions.
Well, he has.
He's turned this entire franchise around. Since he's come on, I mean, they always seem to be fighting and they're almost just right there. And this year, he's put a great team together. He's got his defense playing very well. They've won 6 out of their last 7 games, Jackie.
That's
now
impressive.
After losing, they went 1-7, and they've been in every game. And it's not like they're getting blown out by any of these games.
And all of a sudden, Jared Goff is not just a throw-in.
That's right, and he's playing. He's playing with a toughness, Jackie, that I haven't seen him play with. And he's threw a couple weeks ago. I saw him throw a deep go route to his left side. Never seen him throw a ball like that before, even when he was in L.A.
So he's improving. You think?
I think he's really stepped up a notch, and I think that's helping this team win. And I think they're all buying into the way he's playing. So I think they're playing really well. And of course, he would have to be one of the guys I'd have to consider. I don't know who else you think. I think you think the guy in Philadelphia is doing a great job too.
He's Nick Sirianni, man.
Yes.
You got to win. You got to win, baby. And this guy has done everything that you can imagine. He's got a young quarterback that many people thought wouldn't play as consistently as he has. All of a sudden take over and is the undisputed leader of the football team, Jalen Hurts. Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see how he handles this banged-up shoulder that he has. I don't know if it's on his throwing arm or not, but it'll be interesting to see how all of that goes down this weekend. Mm-hmm. But I just got when I look at the Philadelphia Eagles, Vince, I don't see a lot of flaws. I don't see a lot of weaknesses in what they're doing. I see strengths. I see the best players playing well. I mean, it's going to be hard for me to imagine anyone else getting that award other than him.
Well, Nick Sirianni, Jackie, I don't think a lot of people would disagree with you because he's really got that team turned around, and they are playing. They're playing in all different phases. They're stopping the run on defense. He's really inspired their defense to play really top-notch football. Their offense, Jalen Hurts, has been questionable going into this season, and what he's done to him to make him play at the level he's played, and he's given them confidence. Yes. And I think a lot of it has to do with certain play calling, with the ability to recognize his talent and being able to put the guys in a position to be successful. He's been able to do that offensively, and he's got a great offensive line. He's taken advantage of that offensive line. So yeah, a lot of credit has to go to the coach, Nick Sirianni, and he would be up for it as well.
One of the things, Vince, about this whole situation with Hurst is that I believe that's the. Now we just saw the Rams. They just ran a counter, Vince, and I've seen that play run. That's the fourth time I've seen it run, and all four of those times was in this game. So, the head coach, he went back and said, we have got to run other plays. I don't think I've run.
He's doing it.
I don't think I've seen him run inside and outside zone to the right and left. I don't think I've seen it any more than once, Vince. These guys are they're mixing up everything that they're doing. So I am really impressed with what Sean McVay is doing to keep his team in this game and to make his team competitive for the remainder of the season. They've got to consistently do what they're doing right now. But back to Jalen Hurts. This guy's had been coached by some of the best in the business, Vince, and now all of a sudden he's had continuity with the offensive coordinator that he has there. And he is playing lights out football. Unbelievable leader for this team. I think the guys love him. And it's just going to be hard for me to imagine them not going deep in the playoffs. I see him, he's kind of taking the ball out of Baker Mayfield's hand. Sean McVay is.
Right. They're running the ball.
He ran the football, and he's putting the success of the offensive football team right now in the hands of his offensive line and his backs. Right. And these guys are more familiar with what he's been doing all season long than Baker Mayfield is. And not that Baker's not doing okay, because he's hit some nice passes there, and he's completing well over almost 60% of his passes, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that Sean McVay is managing this game really well. The score is not what they want. It's 17-6 by the home team with Aaron leading his team to this many points over the Rams. But I think that as this game goes along, it's going to be interesting to see. I'm looking for some arm talent to be displayed by Baker Mayfield.
Wow,
I'm looking for
him have to see that
for him to have him take a shot. You know,
well, they came up short on that fourth down pass, Jackie.
Yeah, they
so did. So more flags gone. But Jackie, in and out. Let's go with these last few points before we close our show tonight. Mm-hmm. Are you in or out with Sean McVay returning next season? Obviously.
Am I in or out?
You've got to be in.
What do you mean, am I in or out with Sean McVay?
Well, because there's been some talk about the way the Rams are playing here. I mean, they went from, a great season to Super Bowl, and then they won only 4 games this year. What if this is this a trend? What's happening?
Think about this question that you just asked me.
Yeah.
Sean McVay is the youngest guy in the history of the National Football League to win a Super Bowl. Sean McVay, and I'm not sure exactly what his win percentage is since he's been the head coach of the Rams, but it is very, very high. It is very, very good. So he has consistently won ball games for the Rams from the sidelines. That's consistently. And he's managed this football team, one of the highest profile football teams in the country. He's managed this football team on and off the field very well since he's been here. So I'm
just asking the question.
I can't see.
So you're in. You're obviously in.
I can't see why that question should be asked. Sean McVay is the obvious leader of the Los Angeles Rams.
There's never been a team that won a Super Bowl, Jackie, to come back, bounce back the following year, and play so miserably. Okay, so that's what we're saying. So, but you think right now that there's no question he's definitely should be coming back. So
I definitely should be coming back.
I can't put all the blame on the coach when he, everything's tied to 4 players. Those 4 players are not in the game anymore. They've lost some great players. So, it's, I can't put all the blame on Sean McVay as well. So, yeah, for sure, he will be in. What about the Chargers making the playoffs? Are you in or out?
I'm in.
Me too.
I think they've got a good chance. They're playing really well now. As I said earlier, they're starting right guard. They're starting left tackle are rookies, and they're playing at a very high clip. They've gotten healthy. They got the 2 big weapons back.
Yeah.
They still run the football well enough. I think and play great defense.
Yeah.
I think this Charger team is going to get into the playoffs and could possibly make a nice deep run.
I agree too. I think they're definitely in. I'm a big Charger fan. Tom Brady returning next season. Now, some people might say the ship has sailed with him, Jackie, but there's other people saying, hey, this team is ready for a playoff run because they're in a position that they can probably make the playoffs as they played this year.
And, listen, I'm never, ever, Vince, going to give up on Tom Brady.
No.
This guy is committed to doing something. I know how tough it is to make up your mind to do something and to tread waters that have never been treaded. When I decided I was going to play through 18, 17, 20.
Right.
It was very difficult. It was not easy. And I can tell you that I did not have the success at my position that I've seen Tom Brady have at the quarterback position. This guy's special. He's unique, and he's a leader, Vince, and he's committed to doing everything that he has to do to take care of his own body to be there and as a competitor. He says he wants to play till he's 45 or something like that.
Well,
he's got to be almost that. He's got to be almost
could.
that now, right?
Yeah. That's
so. I would never write Tom Brady off in any situation that he decided he was going to.
Yeah, you can't ever count him out, Jackie, because he'll always come back.
Can't count him out.
So I'll agree with you. How about signing Lamar Jackson to a long, expensive contract? He's been in a contract extension or in negotiations all year long. They've kind of put it on hold, Jackie, and John Harbaugh's always said, "Don't worry, he's going to be signed." So he's not signed. Do they give him a long-term, expensive contract?
Vince, you know what? I personally think that he should have taken the deal that was on the table, regardless of what it was. I don't know what the numbers were. I got to assume that the numbers were comparable to some of the other guys who were out there and playing really well. I mean, they were treating him like a franchise quarterback. And the very reason why I say that is because I realize, that what's going on with him right now is the possibility of that happening week in and week out is a very real possibility. Yeah. When he got hurt, it wasn't as if somebody hit him from the side, Vince.
No, it was a freak accident.
It wasn't as if someone hit him from the side and he torqued his medial collateral or his ACL.
Right.
He was escaping the pocket. Someone jumped in on his back, and he landed on his knee. Yeah. Probably something he has done a lot of times, but that knee never hit the ground like that. So now all of a sudden you got a guy who is very mobile, very athletic, very agile, who can't run.
Yeah.
He can't play. So I think the mistake was made when he didn't. I think he'd have a lot more peace of mind now had he gone on and accepted that deal. He'd have a lot more peace of mind. And it's going to be interesting, quite frankly, to see, if they go ahead and re-sign him. The guy that's playing behind him right now is capable of doing, running those plays. He's an active, athletic guy. He's capable of running those same plays. But Vince, he's no Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have the speed Lamar does. But
he's just not as dynamic, and so unless they plan to, bring him back, or change systems, Lamar Jackson has got to be a guy.
Well, at this point, to answer that question, Jackie, I don't know. They're probably going to have to keep it kind of like what you did. Let's keep 1 year at a time. Well, these guys want multi-year contracts. Yeah. Show me what you can do, and then maybe we'll do it. And he's been at the top of his level, but now that he's hurt,
he's been an MVP.
Now you're going to question though his durability, his sustainability. Can he go through an entire season playing quarterback that way?
Look at the time that Aaron Rodgers had
to
make that.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
You see, there was absolutely no one.
It's just too easy. It's been too easy tonight for him.
Naked rollout. There was no defender within 15 yards of him.
Jackie, there's been times that Aaron Rodgers has had an eternity to throw. If you have 4 seconds to throw, that's a long time. I can count how long he's been in the backfield. Probably 6-8 seconds.
Absolutely.
Before he's thrown the ball.
Absolutely. It's been like I said. They've had a couple of sacks. But. It hasn't been anything that you said, wow, they're putting consistent pressure on this guy.
Well, Jackie, you know what? It's always fun to visit with you, and I want to wish you and the family a Merry Christmas this week. And we'll have more football this coming Sunday and Saturday and Sunday, and the playoffs are right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
So it's got a lot of great football left for us this year. We're going to be following with our fans here on OnPoint through the playoffs, and hopefully you'll join us. And I want to wish you again and the family a Merry Christmas, and we'll again talk to you. And then at this point in time, the Packers have just scored another touchdown, Jackie.
Yeah, they drove the ball down. I think they're well on the way to winning this ball game. There's no doubt about it. But Vince, one of the things we have to say is that we have been royally supported, you and I, in our efforts to do this podcast, and our friends, we appreciate all of you guys. But don't forget, we want to hear from you. We want to hear you, your opinions about not only just the Rams, but the state of the league, some of your favorite players. The Pro Bowl is up, Vince. We're seeing. I just read today where Aaron Donald, even though he's hurt, is one of the top vote getters to go to the Pro Bowl, and rightfully so.
Sure,
the guy's a legitimate, big time, top level talent at his position, and he should be in the Pro Bowl. So we want to hear your opinion about all those things. So don't hesitate to call. Don't hesitate to send us a thumbs up. Don't hesitate to ask the question, because Vince and I will get back with you, and we'll have these discussions as we go on. It's going to be a fun next month and a half or so as we finish up this season, and I'm looking forward to watching that Super Bowl, Vince.
And don't forget to listen to our picks of the week too. I got a little edge over Jackie, and I got this pick for this game tonight too, looking pretty good for me, Jackie. So we'll give you our picks of the week. But until then, we'll see you guys all again next week on OnPoint Live with Vince and Jackie. Stay tuned next week. We'll see you again. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Hi, I'm Vince Ferragamo.
And I'm Jackie Slater.
We want to invite you to join us each and every week on our show, OnPoint Live Stream.
We're going to give you the inside scoop.
Don't miss it.